What's going on? Another Thor's Thoughts. Spider-Man trailer. And Game of Thrones. Weird Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Yep. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Nice. Weird Wednesday. So Spider-Man Homecoming got trailer number 3. You got an international and a regular one. The nice thing with that is they were actually different trailers. Most of the time the regular trailer and the international trailer like the same thing with like a couple additional scenes. These were almost two completely different trailers if you watch them. The international trailer's got some cell phone footage from Civil War that's actually really funny. Both trailers actually have a lot of good humor in them. There's different music in each one. You get different pieces of the story also in each trailer. Like in the international trailer, you learn that Vulture or Michael Keaton's Vulture's been doing this for a long time, like 8 years. They've been stealing alien tech, or they've been stealing tech after Avengers fights or superhero fights. So I'm really curious to see where this story goes now. Because I didn't know what the story was. This is really the first trailer we've got that's had story elements, I think, as part of it, as well as the high school. Like this is I think this might be the most true Spider-Man incarnation we've had yet, because just his quips, just his inner monologue, a lot of the dialogue sounds like, to me, it reminds me of the 90s cartoon. It reminds me of when I read Spider-Man cartoons, how it sounded in my head. So for me, this, it's shaping up to be maybe the best incarnation we've seen thus far, which is saying a lot, because I did love the first two Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. I didn't hate the Andrew Garfield first one. The less said about Spider-Man 3 and the second Amazing Spider-Man, the better. But 3 out of 5, that's not bad average. I mean, it's not great, but it's a little bit above 50%. Not much. So I like the trailers. I mean, they're both, like I said, they're both different though. Watch them. Watch both of them. You're going to get a completely different feel, I think, from each trailer, even though it's the same movie, especially because the music's different. Like I said, and the story pieces are different. But I really like those. I was surprised that they dropped it. I woke up at 8 o'clock, and I think it had been up for 5 or 6 hours, which means it came out at like 2 a.m. They dropped it online at like 2 in the morning or sometime around then, which is interesting that they dropped something of that importance at that time of day. It kind of surprised me, to be honest. But not the biggest surprise of the day by far. Then we got the Game of Thrones trailer. Game of Thrones Season 7, which I loved how Game of Thrones, which is an HBO show, which I actually just got into last year. A little, insight. Game of Thrones has been going for 6 seasons. I've been into it for less than a year. Watched all 6 seasons pretty much since the time we moved into the new set. In the first, 3-4 months we lived here, we watched all 6 seasons. Maybe less, maybe a little bit more, whatever. But the first period of time we lived here, we watched all 6 seasons. So we're finally caught up. So when season 7 starts, I'll probably do a weekly recap on the show. Brian doesn't watch it, I don't think, so it'll probably just be my thing. But either way, maybe I'll do a Thor's Thoughts every week about it. Ideas. But let's talk about that trailer, because that's why I decided to do a Thor's Thoughts really late before I play some Call of Duty. It was interesting the way they laid it out, because you had the Lannisters speak, then you had Khaleesi, then you had Jon Snow. And it kind of each told their story, not told their story, but kind of let you know where they were going into season 7. King of the North, coming back to take over, trying to defend the throne that her family has had for years. So it's interesting to see where everybody is. They showed a lot of clips of the dragons. Everyone got a shot. They showed, Littlefinger. They showed, they pretty much showed everybody in one way, shape, or form. A lot of battle sequences shown. I mean, if we get anything close to the, was it Battle of the Bastards from last season? I believe so. Yeah, I think so too. Battle of the Bastards. If we get anything close to that, fuck yeah, let's go. I think I'm thinking about rewatching season 6, just to really refresh myself, because watching 6 seasons in a semi-short, in a period of time, you tend to forget a lot of it. It's a lot. That's 60 episodes? 60 episodes in a somewhat short period of time. But yeah, so those two trailers drop. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up. So like I said, we got episode 85 is actually taped. We taped episode 85 earlier in the week. I'm sitting on it. I'm finishing editing it probably tomorrow, put it up right before the weekend. This video is going up tonight, obviously, as soon as I get done with it, since it's fresh, which was rare for us. I mean, semi-fresh. It was 12 hours ago, or almost 24 at this point, but semi-fresh, you know? Take it when you can get it, people. But episode 85 is done and in the can. I'll get that up over the weekend. Then probably nothing over the holiday weekend, so we're going to have a great Memorial Day, safe Memorial Day. Hopefully get to get out, have some fun. I'll be pretty much working all weekend, so that's what I'd look forward to. But other than that, like, share, subscribe. Check out Baseball Banner on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. SoundCloud. Hit us up on SoundCloud if you like audio only. Check out the SoundCloud. Until the next video, I'm Thor. Deuces.